Hello and welcome to Fundy Fortunes. My name is Natalie. I am an intuitive card reader and I'm also an empath as well. I'm here this evening to do a 5-card spread using my Oceanic Tarot deck for the sign of Aries for the mid-month August reading 2016. Right now I have put up a smudge and I'd like to share that with you guys. This is a smudge of sweetgrass and sage, and what it does is it cleans out the air. It clears the energies, not only just in me, in the cards, but it also literally kills airborne bacteria and cleans the air in your home, and for me, the reader, as well. And this is for all you guys, so we're sharing that smudge. So we'll just set that off to the side here. The air here this evening, we've had a very soupy, foggy day here. And the air here this evening is very, very heavy and oppressively still. So I have off camera, I have a fan going, and I hope that that's not too obtrusive, except it makes my nose itch. Excuse me. All right. First of all, I want to start off by saying thank you very much to all my subscribers for Fundy Fortunes, old subscribers, current, and any would-be subscribers. Thank you so very much for stopping by and visiting for this reading, mid-month general reading for the sign of Aries, August 2016. I've done a 5-card spread using my Oceanic Tarot deck, and each card falls into a certain placement. For those of you that this is your first visit, I have cleansed the cards with my cleansing stones as well, and I've done my smudge. But the 5 cards on my nose, excuse me, so itchy. The first card that falls into the placement of your overall energy for the reading. The second card is your finances and your wealth. Third card is your heart, romance, anything pertaining to love of any kind. And the fourth card is your challenges for mid-month August. The fifth card is your message from spirit. And at the very, very end, I pull one significator card from my deck of tarot. Okay, so let's see. And just to remind you very quickly, this is a generalized reading. This is not a personal reading for Aries. This is a general reading, and it may resonate with you on a true level, and it may not at all, and you may just take bits and pieces, and maybe the whole thing will resonate with you, and you can relate to everything. It seems personal, as one person tells me a lot. I got a message one evening, and he said, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I thought, "Oh, what did I do wrong?" And he said, "When you do these readings, it's like you're talking directly to me, and you make every hair on my body stand because everything you say is true." It's part of the cards, partly me. Sometimes my intuition and my nudges will override the card that I'm reading. And that's just the way it is. The card may say one thing, but I'm saying something else. I go by what I'm saying. Okay, so Aries, the very first card that I drew for you in the overall energy is the Knight of Pentacles, and it's all about loyalty. Let me see if I can't get my little lights here to work. One moment, because in the evenings, oh sorry about that. Let's see here. I want you guys to be able to see the cards, so just be 1 second here. I plug this in. I never thought of this before I started. I'm a dummy. I can't even see. There's the slot right there. There we go. Okay. So, alright, let's get to it here. It is the Knight of Pentacles, and it represents loyalty. There, that's better. Try to get the cards in. I like to share the beauty of the artwork here. There we go. He's riding a turtle. He's all about loyalty. Okay, so Aries. This knight in particular is very slow and steady. He plans his move. Any moves that he makes, he plans with care. This can also be the you card. This could be you, Aries, or this could be somebody that is in your life or coming into your life. So, let's see. This person may not be Mr. Charming, but he is loyal and trustworthy. Remember that. If this person comes into your life, remember that. This person is always to be taken seriously. He often shows up in readings that show good business dealings. He is also associated with a good home. Right now, the energies are implying from this card that now is a good time to make some major, serious decisions about your future. Now's the time, Aries. The vibrations and the energies are lined up, and the flow is perfect for that. So any decisions you make are liable to. It doesn't matter if it's 3 or 4 months or a year down the road. These decisions are still going to stand true and stand strong for you. The advice of this card is hard work might not be all that exciting for you, but in the bigger picture, in the end, will bring you more rewards. The keywords are order, planning, trust, work, prophecy, and progress. So that's your overall energy for this card, for this reading, excuse me. Okay, so the second card that I drew for you, and he has been turning up just like a bad cold. Not that he's bad, but he's been in my last 4 readings. 78 cards in the deck, and I spent about 40 minutes shuffling the cards every way I can think of to come up with new, fresh cards to encourage that. But when tarot has something and spirit has something to say, I think this is applying for all the signs because he keeps popping up. Just this time he showed up in one card over, and that is your health, or not your health, but your wealth and your finance sector. King of Wands, all about practicality. Okay. This man is a man of action. He's engaging and inspiring. He has very strong leadership qualities. His feelings always show. There's no second guessing this guy. Everything is, most people, we have to, if we want to approach them for one reason or another, we kind of like read them first. We want to feel out their mood. How's their day going? This guy, you just know when you're approaching him, whether he's going to be receptive. He usually is receptive, but we can all have bad days or bad moods. But this guy, there's no guessing. Again, this is the second time it's showing up as the you card, so this could be you, and this could be the energies that you're extending to other people, that you are trustworthy and you have leadership skills. For some of you, you may be a banker. You're handling other people's money is what you're doing, and you're very proud of the job that you do. Also at this time, for any bumps in the road, any questions you have, any problems that might be staring you in the face, don't overcomplicate everything and look for practical solutions to any of these problems that you're having right now. You're encouraged to, at this time, also explore your passions and look to unconventional people for advice or to bounce things off of. Don't go into your normal circle of friends. The keywords are energy, creativity, power, passion, wisdom, freedom, and openness. Financially, right now, Aries, this is a very good time for you. That's what I'm nudged to tell you. For some of you, this is a very good time for you. Also, for some of you, I'm also feeling, Aries, that some of you are going to be spending a large amount of money. I also feel for some of you that you're very giving and very open, and you believe in karma, and you believe in destiny and the universe, and in what goes around comes around. You're one of those rare people, and I would say these are the people that I really respect, that you will, if you see a need, you fill it, and you don't do it with the Whiffam theory of, what's in it for me. You're one of the rare people that doesn't do that. You're one of the rare people that doesn't say, oh, it makes me feel so good. I feel so good when I help somebody. I felt so good doing. Yes, that's a natural response, but if you go into it for that reason, because this is going to make me feel good and I'll be rewarded down the road. But what are you really giving for then? You have to ask yourself those questions, because that's the wrong reasons. When you fill a need or you help somebody, it's not about you. It's all about them. It is not about you. You're a very small player in this, even though you're making the biggest impact. But when it comes to destiny, karma, and the universe looking down, they see the action that you put out, but they look at the motivation behind the action. Explore your creativity right now. Your energies are really, really good for anything you want to take on in a financial sense. You want to make your money grow. You want to take some money and invest it. The card is saying go for it. Go for it right now. All right. So that was your financial. So the next card that I drew for you, just be one moment here. Water. Okay. The next card that I drew for you is in your heart, your romance, your love sector. And that means love of all people in your life, not just a romantic sense, but the romantic part usually comes to the forefront with this placement. I pulled the Four of Pentacles, and it's all about security. Pentacles are coins in the other decks, or deniers. They relate to money and creativity. Mostly money. Golden discs. Let's see. This card represents security in finances, work, and relationships. At the moment, everything seems stable. You're able to provide and to care for others. You've reached a point, some of you have reached a point where you can stop working so hard. Frantic is the word that pops into my nudge. Not so frantic anymore. Things have been frantic for some of you for a while now. And this is you've had the payoff, and the payoff is still flowing in. It is starting to spread out to other areas of your personal life. This is a point for some of you where you can start to sit back and relax and enjoy the strong foundation that you have built. And don't resist any positive changes. If new things do pop up, analyze them, look at them, look at the facts of the situation. Facts are solid, they're concrete, they don't change, they don't waver, they never do. They are what they are. So if something new pops up for you, Aries, just take your time, because you're not so frantic right now. You have time to observe and investigate anything that comes at you. And it won't be done at a frantic pace. You can do it at your own leisure time. That's for some of you. The advice of the card is to enjoy this period of change, if there is any. Enjoy the calm and the order that you have built upon, that you have instilled, and it's because of you that everything is just very, very copacetic right now. Also got the nudge to say that if you want to take a real break, because for some of you, the business at this point, you don't really need to be there. The business is running itself. It runs so well. Now's the time. If you're thinking about taking a little vacation, now's the time to do that. So you can sit back and relax and put your feet up And for once in many, many, many years, for some of you, you have no worries. Everything is paying off. And there's such a sense of accomplishment, very strong for some of you. You're proud of what you've created. And it's literally, it's like trying to get this wheel turning, and you've been oiling it and turning it and now it's doing this, and you stand back and it continues. The momentum continues to go without any effort from you at all. It's taking care of itself. You can even entertain at this time. There's enough room within your energy and in your head to maybe even think about expanding your business, expanding even your family, getting married for some, expanding and having children, expanding your home. The keywords for this card are stability, finance, property, protection, balance, order, and foundations. Foundation is the strong one. That's a real, real strong nudge for some of you. Some of you, it's just like, I almost feel overwhelmed at the amount of work and how long it's taking you to get where you are right now. And the time that it's taken has been appropriate. It has been fitting. For some of you, it could be something that's been in the works for a few years, and it was going to take that long, and you knew it. And it is quite fitting, and everything played out the way it should have played out. You're very satisfied and very, very proud, and this feeling of freedom and release. And this is what you worked so hard for, so you could go, poof, it's just going to run itself. And now I can make money in my sleep. And this is what you worked so hard for. Money will grow. When the money grows and there's stability in your life, this is where this spreads out to all aspects of your family life and your loving relationships as well. In that sector, things are going, if they weren't good enough, now they're really going to get good. They're going to grow. They're going to shine. Some are going to sparkle. We're coming into the downturn of summer. Some of you can now focus all your attention on your mate, husband, wife, husband, just romantic partners, somebody that maybe you've been wanting to start a relationship with, that you've dated a bit off and on in your downtimes, when you had to step outside of what you were doing to take a break. Some of you have been doing a little bit of dating, and now all of a sudden your interest is piqued into something more meaningful. That's for some of you, Aries. It's something more meaningful. Taking that next step and up to the next level, and you're hoping that that person is still with you on that. Some of you have made some promises on that as well. So you stay positive to any change, any ideas that are clicking in your own head, and go boldly forward. Don't let anything hold you back right now. Your whole life's about to expand. A lot of love. I just see a lot of smiles. I'm seeing a lot of smiles around you, Aries. The atmosphere is very relaxed. And for some reason, everybody seems to be sliding into this happy place. That's what I'm feeling in the love and relationships. Okay. The next card that I drew for you, Aries, is your challenges for the mid-month of August. I drew the Page of Wands, and he's all about creativity. Okay. This Page of Wands, is usually somebody. Sometimes it's children. It can refer to children, and I find more times than not, this is somebody a little bit older than what we would call or refer to as a child. I'm so dry, excuse me. Okay. It's ironic for all the humidity and moisture in the air, how one could be as dry as I am right now. Okay, this is usually a younger person. In this case, I'm getting, this is a teenager, a very well-balanced, well-adjusted teenager. And they're very charming and they're very witty. You have a hard time saying no to this teenager. This is for some of you, Aries. See, when you get pages, anytime there's a page, it's about messages coming your way, messages being brought to you, messages being brought to your attention. So with this young page, and this is a young one, he's going to be bringing you some really, really good news about some creative project or travel plans. This could be when you see teenagers in high school, sometimes you'll see that they work all year long and they have bake sales and sell tickets and 50-50 draws, trying to raise money for a trip to like Germany so that the whole class can go, or there's 2 or 3 classes going. So they work very, very hard to reach a goal to make this possible so students can go over on, it's not an exchange, it's just a trip. Excuse me. And this is almost an artistic trip, a trip to do with the arts, a trip to go to Europe. Could be Germany, but Paris could be on the agenda. Different parts of France as well. In some of the other countries in the surrounding, this is huge. You're going to go there and you're going to learn firsthand where the world of art seems to revolve around places like Paris and the museums that they have and the galleries that they have. And we're not talking just painting, we're talking sculptures, famous sculptures. In Paris, for some reason I feel nudged to tell you, maybe because it's the easiest way for spirits to put it out there, because I'm aware of this one. There's a statue, and the statue is called The Greatest Lovers of All Time. And it's their names were Abelard and Eloise. And he was a priest, and I can't remember what she was, but they got involved and they paid a very deep, high, painful price for it. If I'm not mistaken, they castrated him. And there's a movie called Abelard and Eloise. And this statue, this is a true story, and it sits in Paris somewheres. And if I could see one thing in my life, I would personally love to be one of these students to be able to go there. If you're a student and you're taking this trip before summer's end, this is like a 2 or 3 week trip, go check it out. Mention it to your guides. See what they know about it. Abelard and Eloise, greatest lovers in the world. It's a great work of art. The advice of this card is now's the time for self-expression through words, through pictures, through dance, through music. Again, we're talking about the arts here. The key words for this card are messages, travel, news, communication, new work, expression, transition, and entertainment. So, the challenge for mid-month August is getting everything up off the ground to make any creative projects possible. There's going to be a little bit, maybe it's going to be more hard work than what you anticipated, but that's okay, because the more you put into more of yourself you put into something, the greater the reward that's going to come back from you. Let spirit lead you a little bit in that direction. Trust in it. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut feelings. And let a little bit of logic come in there, into the equation as well. Some of you are going to are wanting to put forward your self-expression because you've been bottling things up. If that's your challenge for some of you, is to bring forth how you're really feeling about things without any feelings of hesitation, a fear of judgment, fear of shame. These things are holding a few of you back, and what a shame that is. If you have a talent, we're all given a talent, share it with the world, share it with your family and with your friends. And you'd be surprised how far that'll go. This might open up a whole new avenue for your life, which would be a wonderful thing. New jobs are coming up for some. Not so much leaving one job and leaving one job for another, but one job is leading into it. There's a difference there. It's leading into another job for you. And it's a good thing. It's a really good thing. A lot of lessons here. Learning new things. The job will entail a certain amount of creativity. As you as the employee, you'll be given some free reign to throw your own creativity in there. See what I mean? What creativity can open doors for you. It can open jobs. Very, very simply. Keep your ears open. Keep your eyes open. This could also be somebody else that's just talking off the cuff, just chatting away. Be real quiet, become an observer and a listener, because without knowing it, they could very well pass a message on to you, bring something to your awareness that they know about, and they're just not even mentioning for any particular reason. They're just talking, having a conversation with you, and your ears will perk up, and you go, uh-huh, really? Keep talking, kid. Bring it on. And then you can go and do a little investigation on your own after the fact. Okay, so the last card in this reading is your message from Spirit. It's 7 of Wands, and it's all about endurance. Okay. Now, this is Spirit reaching beyond what the other cards have really shown you. There's other stuff going on here for you, Aries. Keywords are defense, resilience, protection, opposition, territory, force, and resistance. The advice is you're going to have to bring out another side of you, Aries, that you really, just the fact that you have to bring it out really is going to piss you off even more than you already are, because something's going down. All right? And this is not a good thing. The card is warning you. Spirit is warning you. There's something, if it hasn't just happened, it's happening now. Or it's coming at you. And some of you, I feel to tell you, Aries, you can smell it coming. You know it's coming. You're not forcing the issue, and you're not making it to happen, but you are, some things have happened recently. And you're one step ahead of the game. One step ahead. There's going to be some fallout. And you know you're going to have to deal with it. And you're going to be really pissed that you have to deal with it and bring this other side of yourself out. Because Aries, you're normally a pretty easygoing person. You're a very energetic person. You have leadership skills. You're a hard worker. You're devoted and you're dedicated. And something has gone to twist that up. There's a kink. There's a kink in your trail and in your path, and you're not happy about that. And this was through really no doing of your own. This is something that something else had happened, and I can't put my finger on it. Misinformation. You put your trust into the purchase of something, and you were told this was going to be a great purchase. And you were told this was good quality, this was a great product, and you've had nothing but trouble with it. And you're really upset. The person that brought it to you is going to try to keep pushing this issue, making you want to wait a little bit longer, give it more time. And you can't be louder and more clear with your words. And what you're going to have to do, for some of you, is you're going to have to take the higher moral ground. You're going to have to get through it with a lot of endurance and a lot of courage. And I just got a nudge to say, there's a huge chance you're going to take. It's kind of like somebody jumping roofs, and there's that big space in between. And you know you really have to run hard, harder than you've ever ran, and really get some lift to make it over that gap, to hit the other roof, and to land on your feet solid. It's that kind of a chance that it's going to give you butterflies. When you feel like you've released it and you've begun to take this chance, there's this, oh boy, here we go. I can't pull it back. It's too late now. Let the chips fall where they may and hope they fall in my favor. There's a huge chance coming up for some of you, Aries, that you're taking. If you have enough endurance and courage, the card is indicating that you will get what you want. Spirit says you will get what you want. You'll get what you need, even more so. Because sometimes what we get, when we get what we want, it's not what we needed. Spirit says you will get what you need. You're going to find yourself that you will need to fight for certain relationships, or even to protect your own integrity. And you're going to encounter a level of resistance. Oh, I wish I could put my finger on it and give you more details on what this is. This is strong. You may feel a need to defend somebody else, if not yourself. You may have to speak for somebody else. There may be a dispute over certain territory. Now, when I say that, and the spirit is saying that, territory doesn't always mean property. It doesn't mean, an acreage of land. It doesn't mean, a car. It could be a person. It could be a friendship, a territory of friendship. It could be territory of a business relationship for some of you. I feel, though, somebody really, really giving you the gears over some kind of choice that you may have made, and they don't agree with you. And you know what? It's not even any of their business. This is somebody who needs to be snipped right off, right at the pass. Just cut them right off, and you're going to be forced to speak loudly, clearly, and forcefully. All right? And you're going to need to tell them, you have nothing to say about this. You believe what you want. This other person has a bit of a sour attitude. A little more on the negative side all the time. A little darker in the personality. They don't have a whole lot of faith in other people. They don't trust other people. And they're trying to implement all of that onto you. And you're dealing with facts and they're dealing with emotions. And, oh, well, maybe that or maybe this. But this is how I feel. And you shouldn't. And you're going to really be forceful and you're going to cut them off the pass and you're going to say, that's enough of that. If you can't come up and back up what you're saying with some hard, cold facts, then shut your mouth. And that's going to be your attitude. Zip it, be quiet. I have things to do, and this is my life, not your life. If I run something at a cost of loss, then it's my loss, not your loss. Back off. And I wish I could put my finger on it, and I get the feeling it's people. It's people-wise is what it is. That's a strong, the heat of the reading is coming up here. This has to do with people. a person, other people that you have to deal with. And somebody else is just trying to put a damper on everything. And there's some jealousy there, animosity, and it's uncalled for. You're speaking on the behalf of another person, Aries, because they're not there to speak for themselves. And there's a lot of trust built in there as well. And you've got enough common sense to know that the other person you're speaking up for, they are what they are, and you know it well. And you know this person would never do or say or act out in any way that this other person that's giving you the gears is leading you to believe. You know these people or this person better than this person, other person outside of you, trying to direct your focus in a darker place, because that is just what they're putting out to you is all negativity and nothing is based on fact. End of. Now, your Significator card. I hate this card. You know, I almost reshuffled and put it back, but that's fudging the cards and that's messing around with spirit. And I don't mess around like that, even when the card isn't any good. And it is the Tower. This is your Significator. So what this is doing, anything significant is being brought to the forefront to your attention because it's needed. And it's a tower that's struck by lightning, and there's it's caught fire. The bricks and the mortar are falling from the tower, and one person is diving away. The flames are not touching them, but they're head first. They've jumped through the window to get away from the explosion. And there it is. Okay. Let me get my book. Okay, it came up upright. This card represents unexpected events and a temporary loss of stability. It can also mean catastrophic and irreversible change on almost every conceivable level. That's not for everybody. It's not for everybody. This is general. Whenever we experience any loss of any kind, the next feeling that comes with it, once we're really aware of the loss, aware that we've lost something, something's been taken from us, the next emotion and the next realization and awareness is a loss of stability. Because things aren't the same anymore. For some of you, things are going to change drastically. Life-altering changes. Maybe one, maybe two of you, Aries, that are viewing this video. Some for you, to say that some, and this is the card portraying this, it can also mean catastrophic and irreversible change. Some of you could be experiencing the passing, the unexpected passing of somebody that you know very, very well. And that irreversible change changes everything on every conceivable level. Some of you, for some of you, the loss of stability is only going to be temporary, and you will find your feet again. You will gain your feet again. Now this is so unexpected, what's going to come at you for some of you, that the other cards, the Oceanic things, I'm getting the woo-woos here, the Oceanic Tarot deck, nothing like this came up in your spread. And then this, wham. It represents, because it came up and doesn't seem to relate in here very much with the other cards, that's why it's so unexpected. And the card's about unexpected things happening. This is brought to the forefront for mid-August. Something that's going to take place that's going to shake up your tree of life. For some of you, although I hate to say this, for some of you have been in the dark, there's going to be what's the word I'm looking for? A sudden shock of somebody's having an affair. And you could never envision that, because where would they find the time? This isn't even so much, here's what makes it so bad. It's not a physical affair. This is an emotional affair. And with technology today, well, the way it is, people can easily get into affairs such as emotional affairs. And in the bigger picture, that's worse than a physical affair. And two people meeting, clandestine meetings, off to, dark areas and coming together physically and whatnot. This is worse. This is an emotional affair, which means there are feelings of affection, feelings of need, want, love. And for some of you that's on the other side of this, that has been in the dark and completely trusted somebody, the shock is really going to knock the wind out of your sails. And for some of you that are really strong Aries, you're going to get right back up on your feet again, and you're not going to miss a beat. And for the rest of you, you're going to be a while recovering and say, when does this end? That thought's going to go through your head. I'm older now. When does this end? Does this ever stop? Can I ever trust anybody? This goes for male or female, either side, either way. It doesn't matter. Sex is not gender is not being assigned here. That it's a woman having an affair or a woman that's being burned or having the affair pulled on. This can work either way for you. For the rest of you, maybe 1 small percent, there's going to probably be a serious accident. I really don't. I take back what I said about somebody passing. What I see is somebody being seriously injured, but they're not going to pass on. But it's going to change your life, and they're going to be a long time recovering, and you're going to be a big part of that recovery. Along the way, many lessons learned, a lot of growth going on. Priorities are going to change for some of you. And what's really important in life is going to come to the forefront. No more frivolous stuff. All that's going to stop. Where life was almost a game before, in a circus, with circus music playing in the background, dun dun da 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 dun da da, that's almost going to change to funeral music. If everything's going to come to a screeching halt and be completely serious, it's really going to make you take a really hard look at life and what life's about and how precious it is. And that saying, anything could change in a split second, that saying is going to become almost tangible to you. It's going to overwhelm you, and it's going to terrify you. And you're going to look at other areas of your life and people that are in it, and the appreciation and the love and the gratitude and the fear of losing anybody else is so close you can almost taste it. And you're almost to the point of breakdown, because your brain can almost not handle what that's all about. Anyway, oh my goodness sakes, almost 45 minutes into this. I'm glad that was the last card, and I'm sorry that it was a bad one. I will say this for you, that the rest of the reading was very deep, very rich, very interesting. Interesting indeed. You got to come back in September to find out what's going to happen next, Aries. What's going to happen? I can tell you this, the feeling I get, some of you are going to feel, the heck with the 45 minutes. Some of you are going to feel that you're never going to come through this and you're never going to get through this, but the reality is that, yes, it's very real to you right now, but the reality is you're going to get angry at some point. Doesn't matter what this is. You're going to get angry and you're going to start fighting back, and you're going to fight your way back to the surface again. And you're going to come up for air, and it's going to be a big gulp of air, and you're going to say, I am not laying down. I'm not taking this. life can be good again, and I'm going to make it good. I'm going to make it happen. Aries, let's stop right there. Let's call it a night. It's going to be 4 hours uploading this onto YouTube. I already know that. Anyway, the best of luck to you during August. And come back and see me in September if you haven't subscribed to the channel. Please do. That way you can find out. You'll receive an email via your email notifications. Goodbye, Aries. Hope to see you soon. And good luck. Good luck to all of you. Goodbye.